So it's that time of the year where I will recap my 2023 fragrance-wise from most complimented fragrances, from best discoveries, best purchases, best fragrances releases. So from now on, I want really to recap my 2023, which was amazing. It was a fantastic year, especially for niche and indie perfumery. Not so much for designer though. This year I was not feeling the mainstream designer releases for some reason, but I definitely have here quite a few fragrances that are amazing. They were a fantastic discovery for this year, and so this video is really about the best discoveries of 2023. Hi everyone, I'm Julian from Scented Moments channel, where I help you to discover the amazing world of perfumery. So in this video I have here over 20 fragrances that I loved to discover this year. Now these are not new releases. I will save a video specifically about new releases, fragrances that were released this year. So these fragrances are really discoveries, fragrances that already existed and that I just discovered or rediscovered this year. So without further ado, and in no specific order, I still have a couple of designers here, but the majority of them are niche and indie. So the first fragrance here, it's from House of Atelier and this brand overall really impressed me. And this one is Lune Feline. This is a Eau de Parfum. You also have the Extrait, which is a higher concentration of this scent DNA, which is amazing. This is a fantastic, delicious vanilla with musk, like an animalic musky fragrance. Amazing. I really advise you to check this one out. Yes, the bottle might be a bit tacky for some. I actually do like this bottle, but still, what it really matters is the scent inside. This is a high quality animalic musky vanilla that, if you are into these type of fragrances, you should check this one out. And actually check Atelier out. I mean, they have also Iris Fauve, which is amazing, buttery iris. They have Rouge Sarré, which is a delicious gourmand fragrance, and so on and so forth. They really have quite a few nice. The next fragrance, this is from House of Pantheon Roma, a very underrated brand, but this one really impressed me this year. I was definitely not expecting to enjoy it as much as I do currently, and this one is Annone. Amazing perfume, and this is not groundbreaking, this fragrance, and I love the bottle, by the way. This is an Extrait Parfum 100 ml. So this fragrance is not a groundbreaking release, but it's so addicting, so damn sexy, and this will make my most complimented video for this year, actually, because this is really appealing. So this has fruits, so it's mango with rose and saffron. You also have nagamotha and musk. So this has like a hint of a cotton candy feel, but it's more than that. I love the fruitiness of this perfume. I love the rose, this jammy rose with the musk. It's amazing. It's a sweet, fruity, woodsy fragrance that I really advise you to try. If you like Baccarat Rouge, but you don't like that latex feel, check this one out. And also the cotton candy vibe here, it's definitely more toned down when comparing with the original Eau de Parfum version of Baccarat Rouge. I think this one is better. It's a superior fragrance, so that's why I really do prefer this one than the Eau de Parfum version of Baccarat Rouge. Check this one out, and the performance is amazing. Delicious, really super sexy fragrance, very long lasting, and again, very underrated. Check this one out, Annone by Pantheon Roma. The next fragrance, it's from House of Francesca Bianchi, and it is Etruscan Water. Man, I love this one. I mean, this was more like a rediscover. I already was familiarized with this perfume, but I kind of forgot about it because I had a sample and I kind of forgot about it. And then when I tried it again on my skin, I was like, wow, this is amazing. So this is bergamot, lots of bergamot with labdanum, basil. So it has this vintage eau de cologne feel, but with animalic notes, with resins, with the Francesca Bianchi DNA in the end, with this buttery orris, with animalics and animalic accords and resins. But then you have this bergamot, very intense bergamot in the opening. I would say it has a bit of a lavender in here, like a fresh fougere feel into it, and amazing. A lot of people say that this is like the vintage version of Eau Sauvage by Christian Dior. I don't know about that. I never tried the vintage Eau Sauvage Dieu de Toilette from Christian Dior, so I really don't know. But I can see that it's green, it's aromatic, it's citrusy with animalic tones. It has also a bit of a mossiness into it. It's a perfect signature scent, like mature, more gentlemanly, but very well done. I absolutely love this one. Even if you don't like the Francesca Bianchi DNA, although it's here, but it's definitely more toned down when you compare with other fragrances from her collection. I really advise you to check this one out, especially if you are into vintage perfumes or if you are into more classic perfumes. Check this one out, and it's very long lasting. This is an Extrait de Parfum, and really the performance is amazing. Etruscan Water by Francesca Bianchi. The next fragrance, this is from the house of Amouage, and actually Amouage is the only brand that I will feature two fragrances. So yeah, there's that. It was a big year for Amouage actually. I think I kind of rediscovered Amouage again because during the past couple of years I kind of forgot about Amouage in terms of discovering new perfumes. But this year I really reconnected with Amouage again, and this one is such a gem, so underrated. It is Jubilation 25 for woman in the Extrait version. Man, this fragrance, I mean, beautiful bottle, beautiful cap, but this scent, this is the best Chypre fragrance that I ever smelled, at least so far. And that says a lot. I love Chypres, and I have quite a few. Actually, I already recorded a video about my favorite Chypre fragrances, and this one was featured in that video. So this one is basically that classic French Chypre, but with Amouage, with an Amouage DNA, with the frankincense, with myrrh, and with that big dose of rose. Amazing, really amazing. It's a bit fruity in the opening, it's a bit peachy, just like Mitsuko, but then you have ylang ylang, and I'm not a fan of ylang ylang, but here it's amazing. But what really, for me, what sells me, it's really the frankincense, the labdanum, the myrrh, and it has some animalic undertones in here, like a leathery animalic undertone. Absolutely glorious. This really, and it's so intense, so rich, so enveloping. I mean, seriously, this is the best Chypre in my opinion. Jubilation 25 for women, the Extrait, but although this is marketed for women, but this is really a unisex fragrance, if not even more masculine. Check this one out. Check also the Eau de Parfum. It's a bit lighter, of course. It's lighter than the Extrait, but it's still amazing. Very complex nonetheless. So the Eau de Parfum is also worth checking out. But for this video, it's the Extrait version of Jubilation 25 for woman by Amouage. The next fragrance, this is from the house of Nuit Nomade, and actually this brand was really a pleasant surprise. So I was contacted by the brand to review their sample set, which I did like a few months ago, and I was really impressed by the quality of their fragrances, and especially considering the price. I remember that in the video I considered them to be like a fantastic entry-level niche fragrance brand, and I still stand by it. Their fragrances are 145 euros for a 100 ml bottle, so not that bad, especially comparing the price of perfumes overall, especially in the niche world. And yes, I was really surprised by quite a few, pleasantly surprised by quite a few of their fragrances. This one is one of them. It is Sun Bleached. Man, I love this one because it's super unique and super well done. This smells like literally like fresh white linen shirt. Simply put, and it's a bit musky, like bread seeds in here, but really in the end, it's really a refreshing fragrance with that white linen shirt feel into it. Amazing, amazing scent. I absolutely love it. It was really lower, so it's really amazing. It smells like fresh linen shirt with bread seeds, like a musk, a bit of a creamy muskiness. Amazing. I really will wear this a lot during the summer of next year. Absolutely love this one. Again, check Nuit Nomade out. I mean, purchase their sample set. I think it's really worth trying. They have quite a few fragrances in their portfolio. Not too many though. It's not overwhelming, at least not in my opinion. And I think you are in for a treat. I always leave their link of the website in the description box down below, and you also have a 10% discount if you will purchase like either their sample set or a fragrance from their website, just using the code also in the description box down below. The next fragrance, completely different from the previous one. This is from the house of Beaufort, and this one is Coeur de Noir. I mean, this one is something else. Beaufort in general, it's a very daring fragrance house from UK, and Coeur de Noir is dark, it's inky, it has birch tar with labdanum, with tobacco, leather, I mean, you name it. With rum as well, it's a bit boozy, frankincense. I mean, this is really a dark, inky, smoky, dry leather fragrance with some booziness in the opening just to sweeten things up a bit, and tobacco. Amazing. This is a fantastic scent, long lasting, daring. Again, not for the faint of heart, but I really advise you to check this one out if you are into more daring perfumes. The next fragrance, this is from the house of Les Indemodables, and I could feature the entire brand. Although I will just mention this fragrance, but really the Les Indemodables this year was really a fantastic surprise. It was also like a rediscover for me because I tried their samples, their sample kit like last year, if I'm not mistaken. I wasn't very impressed. I mean, they were all very well blended, but I wasn't too impressed. But I give it more time, more space, more time to develop on my skin, and yeah, I went into a journey, and now I have almost all of their fragrances. But well, I will just mention this one for reference, which is the most popular one. It's Vanille Havane. Quite honestly, I think it's the best perfume in this genre nowadays. Vanille Havane, as the name implies, has vanilla, has tobacco, and also has cacao. It also is a bit boozy for me. It has like a booziness here. Oh man, I absolutely love this. Such a natural smelling fragrance. It's mind-blowing, incredibly natural smelling. It's not something incredibly unique. It's not groundbreaking, but it's the best in this genre, and that says a lot about this brand overall. So again, if you want the ultimate vanilla tobacco scent, this is the one. Vanille Havane by Les Indemodables, but quite honestly, all of their fragrances are worth mentioning, from Rose Jamal, which is the best rose fragrance in my opinion, Fougère Emeraude, Musc de Sable, even their new release Patchouli Noisette. It's a very unique patchouli fragrance, like a nutty patchouli fragrance. I mean, so many as Chypre Rural. So they have really an amazing collection. So yes, if you still did not try any fragrance from this brand, purchase their sample set, and I think you will be in for a treat. The next fragrance, I already talked about this fragrance so many times. It's from the house of Diptyque, and it is none other than Benjoin Boheme. I mean, again, beautiful bottle right here. Very proud to finally have this fragrance in my collection. Benjoin Boheme is, like the name implies, it's a benzoin bomb, but it has that vanillic quality. Benzoin has a vanilla quality, like a resinous vanilla DNA, let's say. Then you also have like an ambery feel with the labdanum, and in the end, this is a very cozy, sensual fragrance, very warm, very comforting, very addicting. This fragrance is really worth trying. Nowadays, and I already mentioned this before, Diptyque changed the bottle of Benjoin Boheme from this presentation to the regular 75 ml in Eau de Parfum with the black rhythm, but with the golden plate in front. I don't know if they reformulated, but the scent was not discontinued. They just changed the bottle. Absolutely love this one, and I really love this bottle presentation though. Benjoin Boheme by Diptyque, really, I think it's currently my favorite from this brand. The next fragrance, this is from the house of Andy Tauer, and this was another rediscovery for me, because the last time I tried this one, I was not ready for it. And nowadays, I consider this to be one of the best Andy Tauer perfumes. It is Lonestar Memories. A recent addition to my collection, actually. Lonestar Memories, this is smoky vetiver with leather, clary sage, and geranium. So this is green, but it's dark at the same time. It's very smoky, very leathery, and it's a bit resinous as well. Oh, man, it's fantastic. If I'm not mistaken, the image that Andy Tauer wanted to transmit with this one is like the cowboy with burning like a fire in the middle of the desert, burning woods on fire, so making a fireplace in the middle of the desert with the dust covering the boots and whatnot. So that was more or less the image that Andy Tauer wanted to transmit, and I think he really did a great job here. I can really see that. But I think that this is really an elegant fragrance, a unique, mysterious fragrance, quite masculine, a bit bold, but I absolutely love this. Lonestar Memories by Andy Tauer. Check this one out if you have yet to. Next fragrance, it's from BDK Parfum, and this brand really surprised me. I was not expecting to enjoy their fragrances, but I really do. I don't know, I had this misconception that their fragrances were not great without even trying them, but yes, I tried them, and I really do like a couple of their perfumes, and this one specifically is amazing. I mean, it's really fantastic. It is Velvet Tonka. This is a creamy, boozy, almondy fragrance. And the reason why I love this so much is because this reminds me of a Portuguese liqueur called Amarguinha, which is amazing for the summertime. Amarguinha it's a liqueur, like an almond liqueur, where we usually drink during the summertime with ice and lemon peel. And this really reminds me that it's that realistic in terms of transmitting to me the image of this drink, of this beverage. So yes, I absolutely love this one because of that. But in the end, this is a very addicting, very sensual, very comforting fragrance. And the other fragrance that I love from BDK, it's Richard in both Eau de Parfum and Extrait concentrations. I also love Crème de Coeur. So yes, there are quite a couple of BDK that I really do enjoy. I don't have all of them, at least the ones that I just mentioned. I just have this one and the Eau de Parfum version of Richard. But well, let's see if I can add like other two fragrances that I mentioned in my collection, because it's really good. I really do appreciate their fragrances, at least the ones that I mentioned, and this one specifically, it's fantastic. Again, a creamy, almondy, boozy fragrance that it's to die for. The next fragrance, this is from the house of Mel Fusciuni, and it is Little Song. Man, and again, I could mention just the 3 fragrances that I have in my collection, although one of them was released this year, so I will keep that one for that specific video of fragrances released this year. But I could mention another one that I absolutely love, which is Odor 93, which is like a big tuberose, carnal tuberose with tobacco. Amazing perfume. And this one, Little Song, is delicious. This is rose, it's chocolate, it's coffee, one of the most realistic coffee notes that I ever smelled, with pepper, with tobacco, with labdanum, with civets. I mean, this is a very complex perfume, but in the end you have one of the most romantic and sophisticated at the same time and delicious fragrances, and very complex, very well put together, and the performance is amazing. This is a Parfum concentration, 100 ml, and really Mel Fusciuni, the brand overall was a fantastic discovery for me. I discovered this brand back at Essence, and wow, what an adventure. And I still have a couple that I really love to have in my collection. He's that good. I mean, Mel Fusciuni is really a fantastic brand. He's a great creator, and really, if you love coffee, check this one out. It's really a very realistic coffee accordion here. Little Song by Mel Fusciuni. Next fragrance, it's the second fragrance from Amouage. This was released last year actually, but just this year I discovered this perfume and I absolutely love it. It is Royal Tobacco. Man, I love Royal Tobacco, but Royal Tobacco is not for everyone. And tobacco, I mean, although it's the main note, but this fragrance has much more things going on. So if you are searching for like a sweet tobacco, forget about that. You will not find it in here. So this opens up. This kind of reminds me in the opening of Memoir Men, also from Amouage, because it's green, it's dark, it's mossy. So this one has like anise seed. You have licorice. It's also green. It has like an absinthe feeling to it, basil. So it's again green, a bit aromatic, licoricey and dark, and very incensey right from the opening. Very intense, resinous, frankincense. Then it's when the tobacco comes, and the tobacco is just prominent, like the tobacco leaves, a very heavy resinous tobacco leaf actually, from the heart. But then when it starts to develop, you get more like a cigarette ashy feeling to it. So this fragrance really changes during the hours, so it's not linear at all. So if you want like a complex tobacco that it's not your typical sweet pipe tobacco, I think this one it's worth trying. It's for me one of the best tobacco fragrances in my opinion. Amouage Royal Tobacco. Check this one out if you have yet to. At least try this one, sample this one. May not be for you, but who knows? Maybe you will find a masterpiece for yourself. The next fragrance, this is from House of Xerjoff, and Xerjoff was another brand that I kind of lost connection in the last couple of years. This year I changed that. For some reason, just happened. I just tried to revisit Xerjoff again, and wow. And now I have almost 30 fragrances from Xerjoff. But I will just mention one. I love Xerjoff, and yes, this year was a year of reconnection for Xerjoff. Also, I think I kind of reconnected with a lot of brands this year. And this one is currently my favorite, one of my favorites Xerjoff, especially my favorite from the Oud Stars collection, and it is Ceylon. Now, Ceylon is an oud done to perfection. This is proper oud. This is a natural smelling, bold, animalic oud with Ceylon tea, honey, jasmine, vanilla, and musk. What a fragrance. regal. This is a regal perfume, a regal oud perfume, and it's, for me, it's the best from this line, and it's really one of the best from Xerjoff. It's Ceylon. The performance is big, it's massive, it's a daring perfume. Again, this is an animalic resinous oud with some indolic qualities because of the jasmine, musky, but then you have the honey and the vanilla that kind of balances with a bit of a sweetness undertones, but yeah, still this is quite animalic. And you have a tea, like a Ceylon tea in here. Amazing. I think it's, the tea here really gives a unique touch, and yes, that's why for me this is one of the best from Xerjoff, and the best from this line, Ceylon, from the Oud Stars collection. The next fragrance, this is from the house of Violet, and Violet was also a fantastic brand discovery for me. I discovered them also back at Essence, and I loved almost all of their fragrances. They are based in Paris, France, and this one is my favorite, but I definitely have 3 others on my wish list. So this one is Unveil. This one right here with this beautiful bottle. This is just a 75 ml. It's the only size that you will get. 75 ml, beautiful bottle, very heavy actually. And this one, Unveil d'Apogée, it's a honey tobacco fragrance, but so smooth, so elegant, so sophisticated that it's just amazing. And you also have labdanum, you have clary sage, you have aniseed, so it's a bit green, it's aromatic, and with this sweet honey tobacco with some leather and amber. Amazing. I love this one. Again, this is not a beast mode type of sweet tobacco scent. No, this is really a refined, classic. This is really the best way to describe this brand overall, is classic French perfumery done to the modern days. It's the best way to describe Violet and this fragrance also. Unveil d'Apogée, if you are into more modern sweet tobacco fragrances, but you don't want like your average like beast mode or overly sweet sweet tobacco, go with this one. This is really well balanced. Unveil d'Apogée by Violet, a fantastic sweet tobacco scent. Next fragrance, this is from House of Rubini, and actually Rubini, it's a brand, it's an indie brand that I really want to talk about more, because it was also a pleasure to meet him personally at Essence this year, and I loved all of his fragrances. Well, all except for one, but I still need to revisit it again. But almost all of his fragrances are fantastic, and this one is one of them. It is Nuvolari. I think this was released last year, either last year or a couple years ago. So Nuvolari is an homage to Tazio Nuvolari. He was an Italian race driver, and this really represents racing. So you really have here like asphalt accord, and you have here like, I think it's like this oil, like the engine oil in here. It's also present, and you have pepper, leather, rum. This is a dark resinous balsamic perfume with these unique accords, and you really smell almost the engine working. Yeah, it's amazing. I absolutely love this one. Not for the faint of heart. It really also has like a gasoline feeling to it. Not for the faint of heart, but I think this is a very unique perfume. It's not for everyone, but if you are into like gasoline, leather, balsamic fragrances, I think you are in for a treat. Amazing perfume. I love this one. Very well put together. And Rubini in general, his fragrances are very well balanced and very unique. So I highly advise you to check this brand out. This one is Nuvolari. The next fragrance, this is a sample. Well, I still do not have a full bottle, but I really hope to change that in the near future. This is from Maison Crivelli, and it is Patchouli Magnétique. And this one is so damn good. This is a beast mode of patchouli. It's powerful, it's loud patchouli, and it's very creamy at the same time. It's a creamy, earthy patchouli with salty, aquatic undertones. Very unique, and doesn't seem like a good idea to blend these accords, like the patchouli note with this salty, aquatic accord. But in the end, it leaves a really nice, sexy scent trail and very intriguing at the same time. And I think it just works actually. The saltiness with the creamy patchouli, like the creamy earthy patchouli. I think this is really a fantastic scent, and the performance it's a monstrosity really. And actually I just wore this sample on my hand and people could smell me. That was the most mind-blowing thing, although not surprising, but still, I mean, it's a sample, just spray it in the hand, and yeah, people could smell, and they were giving good feedback. So yes, I think this fragrance can really get some compliments, it seems, although it's a bit daring and it's a bit unusual, but yes, so that's that. But in the end, I really love the uniqueness of this perfume. I love Iris Malikan from this brand, which is the only perfume that I have so far, and I absolutely love it. And I think this one will be my next full bottle. Patchouli Magnétique by Maison Crivelli. The next perfume, this is a travel size perfume, but I absolutely love this brand, and this was bought to me. Actually, I have their entire collection in the travel atomizers, and it was bought to me by a very good friend of mine. And yes, I love this brand. I still did not talk about this brand, but I'm talking about it now, and this one is my favorite from this brand. It is L'Eau d'Immortelle by Voyage Imaginaires. This is a beautiful Immortelle fragrance, and you really need to love Immortelle to appreciate this one. So, because this is a roasted, creamy Immortelle. It's really delicious. It's roasted, it's a bit nutty, even Immortelle. It has amber, it has vanilla, and it's just to die for. I absolutely love this one. This is so damn addicting. Again, very long lasting actually, and this is the entire perfumes of this brand are natural, come from natural ingredients, 100% natural ingredients, or so it's what the brand says. And another side note of this brand is that this brand is co-owned by Camille Goutal and Isabelle Doyen. Isabelle Doyen is none other than the professor of Francis Courtin. So she trained Francis Courtin when he was studying perfumery. So that says a lot. And Camille Goutal, she's a parfumeur, and she's of course a creator and a parfumeur for Goutal fragrances. So Annick Goutal. So of course two amazing ladies, and I think their resume really speaks for themselves. So I think you are in here for a treat also. Like, their fragrances are of quality, amazing quality. I also have tea and rock and roll. It's a natural smelling tea. So yes, but I will just mention this one, but check this out. Voyage Imaginaire, very underrated. L'Eau d'Immortelle, it's delicious, again, delicious, roasted, creamy, ambery Immortelle perfume. And the last niche fragrance that I'll talk about is from the house of Maître Parfumeur et Gantier. This one is Ambre Presso. Absolutely beautiful amber. This is really an amber, a glorious amber with balsams, lots of balsams, with lavender. This has a bit of a classic feeling to it in the opening, but then the amber comes, and you also have a bit of a cumin. So hence that, like, lavender and cumin, like, it really gives like a classic nuance here, but then you have this sweet vanillic amber with balsams. Oh man, it's to die for. It's really a high quality amber, really high quality amber, and this bottle is simply amazing as well. Very gorgeous, beautiful looking bottle. Maître Parfumeur Gantier Amber Presso. I am all into the hype of this amber scent. Now let's talk about designers, and this is a mainstream designer from the house of Zadig & Voltaire, very underrated. This is from the This Is Him line, and it is Vibes of Freedom. And you can see how much I already wore this, although this already had with a bit of a dent, but I already wore this a lot in the summer and also fall, because this is a fantastic sandalwood fragrance. This reminds me, I mean, This Is Him, it has sandalwood, and it's part of the DNA of the This Is Him line, but this reminds me of none other than one of my all-time favorite sandalwood fragrances from Tom Ford, Santal Blush. It has that vibe, and it's like Santal Blush for summer because it has citruses, very citrusy, but the sandalwood, it's so creamy and fresh at the same time. It's amazing. It really smells like sandalwood. I mean, I can't believe that this could easily be niche. If this would be like in a niche bottle, I think this would be very hyped. But well, it's from Zadig & Voltaire, so it doesn't have the same attention, but I think it's really worth trying. This is really a sandalwood for summer. Could even be signature scent, to be honest. If you like sandalwood, I think this is really something that you should at least try. It's different from the original, which I also love, the This Is Him Eau de Toilette, which is darker, a bit heavier. This one, it feels lighter, but the sandalwood is quite intense. I mean, it's brilliant. I think this is a brilliant sandalwood for me. It's This Is Him, Vibes of Freedom by Zadig & Voltaire. The next fragrance is from the house of Christian Dior, and this is a forgotten line. It's their cruise line, released in 2008, so over a decade ago. And this one is Escale a Portofino. And I love this bottle. So Escale a Portofino is nothing much than an eau de cologne fragrance, but a natural smelling, a very natural smelling eau de cologne type of scent, and I absolutely love it. The performance, it's not great, it's not, but this is like pure joy for the summertime. I love this. Seriously, this is joy. This is really a joyful perfume, eau de cologne perfume. Love this one. Check this one out. I think it's worth it's worth trying, at least, especially if you like eau de cologne fragrances. I think this one is one that you will definitely appreciate. Escale a Portofino by Christian Dior from their cruise line. And we will close this video with the Golden Key. This fragrance is from the house of Chanel, from the Les Exclusives, and it is Bel Respiro. And this is the Eau de Parfum concentration, which is the only concentration that I am familiar with. Bel Respiro it's something else. It's green. Oh, it's soapy. It's so elegant. It's a bit cold, but it's comforting at the same time. This fragrance transmits so many emotions for me, and that's why I find this fragrance really fascinating. It's, again, green, soapy, leathery. It's perfect for spring. This fragrance screams spring, and also I would say summer because of the soapiness. But I mean, I don't know, there's something in this perfume that I still cannot explain, but it really transmits so many emotions. But in the end, it's a beautiful green, fresh, leathery perfume. Bel Respiro by Chanel, and the performance, actually, it's really good, at least on my skin. It really lasts the entire day. Check this one out if you have yet to. Bel Respiro, I think it's quite underrated, from Chanel, and I think it really deserves more attention. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments down below what are your favorite discoveries of this year, and see you in the next video. Take care. Ciao.